Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Dating Fails episode 4. So with that, I don't think we really need an explanation. If you've made it this far, you know it is what it is. Milo is already begging me for attention, so that's what I'm doing down here off screen, just so you know. So today I'm going to tell a story, and there's Pigeon. Anyway, today I'm going to tell a story about, again, a lot of these are from like my when I lived in Bridgeville days. I feel like I dated a lot more then. It was just kind of like the age that I was and situations I was in, whatever then. But a lot of my weird dates happened in this time frame in this that I lived in Bridgeville and in this particular apartment. But yeah, so I would have been about 22, 23, something like that. This guy asked me out on good old Plenty of Fish, and he was really cute. I know I say that about all of them, but I'm actually really picky, so go figure. But he was Italian, so he had like the dark hair and he had these gray eyes and like he was yummy. So we talked to Plenty of Fish for a while. He ended up asking me out, and we met at Starbucks. That was like in a Barnes and Noble. So we had coffee and we were talking and whatever. And obviously, like he'd had in his profile that he was Italian. You know, it was something that was obviously like a pride point. So we talked about it, and I'm part Italian. So last video, he knocked the camera over, and I had to stop and reset, and then it was obviously choppy when I edited. Whoa, you look pissed. He gets his resting bitch face from his mama. Look, the resemblance is uncanny. Anyway, so him being Italian was a thing that we had discussed, and I am part Italian as well. My grandfather was 100% Italian. And so we're talking about it. So, of course, you know, when you're comparing those kind of notes, I'm like, oh, yeah, like me too. You know, my grandfather's family is all from Italy, blah, blah, blah. And serious as a heart attack, he's like, what part of Italy? And I was like, I mean, I don't, I don't know. I just know that Italy, that's the deepest I've ever investigated it. He's like, no, like it's actually really important that you find that out. I'm like, okay, like I'll see what I can do. Move on from it. We end up walking around the bookstore, and then we end up walking around the mall or whatever. And like literally like around the mall, like outside around the mall. So, and he's saying something to the effect of, I don't know, he was showing a lot of instability. He was saying something about how if he ever caught his wife cheating, he's shooting her. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm glad you're already ready to like gun down your hypothetical cheating wife. Not, again, you notice a theme here, not enough for me to like just get out of the situation or stop the date or like, hey, it was nice meeting you, emergency phone call. No. I just continued hanging out with him, and he asked if I wanted to go to the park in the dark in my vehicle, because apparently he didn't have one. I don't know why. I found this out later. But I like, yeah, sure, let's do that. Let's go over, because you seem really creepy and intense, and you've already basically said if we ever got married, you're already planning my murder. So yeah, let's go somewhere alone in my car where it's dark and secluded. So I drove. That's what I did. And we're sitting in the park by like a baseball field or something, and the cops show up. And so he like opens the door and he's like, "Hey, not a drug deal. It's nothing sketchy. We're like on a first date and just wanted some privacy," which to me was just more sketchy and embarrassing. But hey, the cops are like, "Oh, okay, hey, whatever seems legit. Have a good night," you know. I get that response a lot with officers apparently. But so then we're sitting there and we're talking, and again, total weirdo. But again, that inability to say no, I did things I'm not proud of. I didn't do all the things that I'm not proud of. I just did some of the things that I'm not proud of. So that happened. 20s was a wreck, man. It really, literally my 30th birthday, I started getting my life and my shit together. And it's like, now I look at my 20s and I'm like, man, girl, we got some stories and we had some fun. But like, you did some dumb shit. I did some real gross, dumb hood rat shit. Yeah, just a thing that I'm really noticing as I say all these things out loud. So yeah, we did whatever we did. And then, we get back in the car and we're talking and we're hanging out. And he said something. He was like, no, like, seriously, what part of Italy is your family from? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, so I call my mom, right? And I'm like, hey, mom. I was like, do you have any idea, like, what part of Italy Pap's family would have been from? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, I don't know. Like, I think somewhere from Sicily and whatever else she said. And I had her on speakerphone. So I get off the phone and I'm like, okay, there you go. There's your answer. And he's like, drop me off. I, I can't even look at you. What? And he literally never looked at me again in the rest of this time. But he's like, you're an Italian word I can't say after Italian, is what he said. And I can't have anything to do with you. My family would be disgusted if they knew what I just did with a Sicilian. I'm a basic white girl. I had never been on the receiving end of racism, and it was very confusing, but he was dead serious. So he was like, my friend's working down the road at this pizza shop. Will you drop me off? It was good enough for that, but sure, whatever. Drop him off at this Little Caesars or whatever the hell it was. And I'm like, okay, bye. And like, he didn't even look at me when he got out of the car. Just shut the door and whatever. So like, I texted him like that night and I was like, well, you've got to be kidding me. Like, what? And then I still thought he was like playing and it was some weird joke or something. And then the next day, I was sitting at my desk at work and I texted him again. I was like, dude, seriously, like, what was that all about? Like, did I do something? Like, everything just got like really weird, really quick. And he was like, stop texting me or I'm reporting you. I'm like, reporting me for what? Like, and then at this point, I'm just like, you're such a douche. So I was just trying to be annoying on purpose. And he blocked me. So yeah, that was that's a thing that I did. And a thing that I'm not proud of. And again, I think about these things and I'm like, I so was not even having a good time on this date and I thought this guy was a total weirdo. And I still went to a secluded area and did something awkward with him. Thank God. Thank God for my 30s is all that I'm saying. I'm still awkward. I'm still really awkward, but I'm much more assertive and I know how to tell people no and hopefully I'm okay, I'm not going to say I make better choices, but I think it's improving somewhat. But yeah, that was the one time I got called a bad word on a date. And you know it's a bad word if I won't even say it. And yeah, that one was different. And my future murder, if things worked out, was already being planned. So that was comforting. That was really comforting. That's all I got. I'm in a really good mood. I had a really good day. I ordered a weighted blanket and it came in today, and I just can't wait to wash my face off and get in bed. So that's what I'm going to do. So thanks for watching. I will keep the stories coming. I don't think I'll have as many new ones at the moment because I've kind of been off of all my profiles and off my bullshit. So, but I'm thinking of more of the good old 20s stories. So, thanks for watching.